we will create one component called to do add task dot jsx. Okay, so this is export function to do add task. It is just like registration. You already designed a registration form. Similarly, we have to create this form. So class pg light text dark padding some 4. Okay. Now what we want inside this is user must able to add a new task. So then we will create a form. In the form, so we will create a simple list. In that we have appointment ID. And actually later you can try generating the ID automatically also. I will give you a hint, you can try that by yourself. So another is title. What are the details we need for appointment? Input type text, and we need a description about appointment. Description must be multiple lines. Then we use text area. Text area have rows, some 4 calls as some 40, and we need another one is date and time of appointment. We need to get the date. So date, and here data definition, input type date. You can also use material UI date picker. Already I showed you material UI date picker we saw. You can try that here. You can use it. Now here the form will have a submit. Now this button type is submit. This add task must come when user clicks on that add button. So this will be having class form control, and this also class form control. So class form control. Okay. All are defined with form control. So BTN some warning W100. Okay. This we will put a class as W25. Fine. This is the form. In app.js, in the routing, we need to add one more route path extra. What is it? So route path is edit. So then element, it should get us to do edit task, to do which one is not there? Why? Add task, right? This is like add task. Okay. This is to do add task. That is the option element to render. Okay. From dashboard, when user clicks on add new appointment, this add appointment is not a button. We will make it like what? Link. We will make it like a link, and it should link to, so it should link to, so add task / add task. Okay, it should navigate to that location. So when I click on add appointment, it should get the add task and display that here. This is appointment. So appointment ID, the title, description and date. Here if you want, you can also keep in the add task. Anywhere you can add a link. So break, and I will just put here a link. Say cancel. So this link to, again it should go to dashboard. It should go to the dashboard. It should go to the dashboard. Okay. So here we are adding a cancel that will take to the dashboard again. So you give like a BTN and BTN some danger like that. Okay. So add appointment and the cancel one. I hope better we can keep them side by side. Then W100 not required. That will keep them side by side. Okay. Then margin, yes. Some gap. One. Even one have a less gap. Okay. So this is, let it be. Okay. Now when I click on cancel, it will come to here. Add appointment, it will come here. Now in this, user must able to enter the details. And when user submits the detail, actually every appointment belongs to one user. Who is that user? Where is his information? That user information also should be submitted according to along with this appointment, because in the database every appointment is stored with reference of a user ID. Every appointment have user ID. That means this appointment belongs to whom? Now generally in JavaScript and HTML you learned one concept, how to submit any value without showing the value. We will not show the value. Value will be available, but it will be used internally. It is not shown. You remembered you learned JavaScript symbol data type. In JavaScript you have a symbol data type. How you can submit a value without showing the value? In HTML you learned, in JavaScript also you learned. In JavaScript you learned about a symbol data type. What is its purpose? You are thinking or waiting for my answer? Huh? You already learned a symbol type. What is the purpose of symbol type? In form, you have a hidden field, input type hidden. And a symbol is used to create a hidden key, so that that key will be hidden over iterations, but individually that key is accessible. It is hidden over iterations, but individually it is accessible. So generally what people do is, if they want to submit some data without showing the data, then they create one hidden field. How the hidden fields are created? Hidden fields are created by using input type hidden. That means generally we will post here a user ID. Input type is hidden. We use a hidden type. And the value of hidden will be submitted. And the value of hidden is not shown. That means we don't show the hidden value. Form will not show it, but it will hold it and it will use it in the background. So now user ID we want like that. Who logged in? His details must be submitted. But we don't want to show his details. He don't need to enter. Actually, you don't need this also. You can directly send the cookie because in the cookie user ID is stored. But I am just showing you a point that wherever in a form you want to send some details without showing the details, you can create one hidden field. In our case, we don't need to create a hidden field. Even you create it doesn't matter. No need to create a hidden field because already cookie is present. So that cookie value we will use it. Because when user login, how do we know who login? We know who login by using what? Cookies. So through the cookie, we will send the data. But many times people use this mechanism. What they do, they create a hidden type, they store the data, they will not show the data, but they will submit the data. So user ID automatically must be submitted. Then generally what we do, now let's design the form. So whose form it is? Here, whose form it is, I will use constant cookies, set cookie and remove cookie. Remove cookie. Use cookies. Okay. Cookie name is what? User ID. So whose appointments we are dealing with? Here I will put a heading. So just a div. So here dynamic expression cookies of user ID. So add task like this I give it. And it is going to get that user and show whose user ID you are adding. That means user ID is present in the cookie. We can send that. Right? We can send. Just roughly, I am showing here class as subheading 4. Okay. Now here Sam NIT add task. So how do we add the task here? So whatever data entered here, I will keep input type number because it is a number. Okay. Whatever data is entered here, we will send the data into the database. Okay. So what we have to do? Now we need to create a formic. Constant formic is equal to use formic. And this will have initial values. What are the values we need to insert? Appointment ID. And it is a number. And the title, it is a string. What else? So another one, even you define like a string doesn't matter because in the backend we are converting into number. Because generally what is the problem? Anything you submit from a text box or even from a form number type, it will be submitted as a string. In HTML basics, you learned that. In HTML, you learned that every element data that you submit will be in the form of string, which you have to parse, right? So title is there. Description is also a string. What else? So we are having another one is date. I'll keep as a string because internally it will be converted again. So another one is what? So we have user ID, appointment ID, title, description, date, and user ID. User ID is also string. So on submit, we have to collect the task details, and the task details must be submitted to the API. So what is the API method we are having? Add task is API method, which is expecting a task. Here we are converting that into number. So there is no problem in this. Here we are converting into date. So there is no issue here. So these are the details we are expecting. So let's go to the add task. And what is the API method name? Add task. So here we have to add. So access dot what post, because you are submitting the data. Where to post it? HTTP 127.001:6060 / add task and comma whatever the data. Data is task. After that, we will put an alert and we will put a message task added successfully. After that, we need to navigate. So we will create a navigate is equal to use navigate. And this navigate will navigate to the dashboard, because in dashboard only he can see what appointments added. After adding the new appointment, it should navigate to his dashboard and it should show. So these are the details we are collecting. So we are handling. But here the point is, so where is user ID? User ID is not empty. User ID is not coming from here. There is no element there. It is coming from cookies. So this user ID, we will get it from cookies. So it is not from any text box. If it is text box, you use input hidden. I already told you. So otherwise it will come from where? Cookies. So cookies of cookie name. Cookie name is what? User ID. That means other details you will collect from the form, but these details you will collect from the cookie. Who is that user? Because every appointment belongs to a particular user in the dashboard, right? You need to set that. Okay. Now we need to attach all of them. How do we attach? So on submit formic dot what handle submit. So on submit, we have to handle submit. Similarly, on change, formic handle change.
Recording in progress.
route delete task and element is to do remove task. That's the now when this should come in the dashboard when user clicks on this button. So this is not as what link should navigate to delete task. So here it should navigate to so slash delete task. Now the question is link. We need to get the task ID. This delete task is expect and we need to pass the to do. You can put a dynamic now. Can put a dynamic here backtick appointment ID. We will send that appointment ID. Which appointment to delete? That means now delete task. You see now I click on remove. So suppose cloud computing workshop remove, then it will go to delete task. What we have to do? Collect the show the task here. So that means you have to collect the ID and show the task. Based on the task, is there any API method like that? We'll put a class BG light, text dark. Okay. Now delete task will display like this. Is there any method view tasks? But on ID, we have to get one particular. We don't have any API method like that. So let's do one thing. We will get view tasks. Okay. I will copy the same. I will put here not based on user ID, view task based on appoint. This ID is not user ID. It is appointment ID. So we will parse ID is equal to. We have to convert that parts that is a string. So okay, now this ID appointment only we want. What is the field name? Appointment ID is matching with ID. Then it will get only the appointment that is matched. That looks okay now. So view task based on ID. So it can get the task based on ID. Okay. I need to stop this and run the API again. Okay, we are running the API again. Okay, next what we have to do, let's test it first. So http colon double slash 127.0.0.1.60.60 slash what view task slash 4. Only fourth appointment should come. It is working fine. Our API method is working fine. So what we do now in this, get the task details and show. How to get the task details and show? So I will go to remove. Yeah, here we have to collect the route parameters and we have to use the route parameter. So how to collect the route parameter? We have a constant. What is the route parameter we are expecting? So first we will collect the appointment, set appointment. Actually, appointments and set appointments is equal to use state. Okay. And now we are defining so let params. So it is going to get the route parameter. Now what we have to do, use effect. That means on the mount, we need to collect the appointment which is matching with that particular ID. So what you do, axios dot get http colon 127.0.0.1 colon 6060 view task slash the ID. ID is coming from params dot. What is the name you given in this? We give an ID only na. That means we are expecting params dot ID. Okay. It is going to get the ID and what we will do, dot then we'll get a response and that response data we will put in appointments. Response dot set appointments, response dot what data. We are getting that. Remember here I am using array function only. That is the reason even one record also comes like array. If one record comes like array, that means always only one result will be there, but index number at which one? 0. You learnt array destructuring na? By using array destructuring, you can store in a individual variable and use it, or directly we can use it, no problem. So here we want to display that appointment details. So what is the appointment title? Title is what? Of 0. 0 is index. Dot what? Title. We have to just get the appointment title. It is going to get the appointment title and show. Right? And we want to display other detail, another term. So that is description. And data definition. So we have appointments of 0 dot what? Description. Because I haven't converted that into an ordinary object, I just use it to array only. Same copy pasted. Na? I use it the same one. Now another option is date. And here we have to display the date. How to display date? Moment. So moment have a option. What is it? Appointments of 0 dot what? Date dot format. The format how to display. Right? We learned about the format. So MMM DO na and YYYY. Okay. So that is the date format we are displaying. So I will keep this one DOMMM. Okay. That looks like 31st May 2024. Okay. Next, what we need to put two buttons here. So one button is what? This button is class BTN and BTN remove. Sorry, BTN danger. As here, we will put a question. Are you sure? Want to delete? Are you sure want to delete task? The question we are asked. So are you sure want to delete task, right? So here I am just giving an option. So yes. And button is class name BTN and BTN some warning and say no. That's the option we are giving. We have yes and no options. Actually, we are designing something like a confirm box, right? But we are showing in a new screen all the detail. When you click on no, that means this should be a link. And when you click on no, then it should take me to dashboard. Dashboard. It should navigate to the dashboard. I say no, then it will get me to the dashboard. So the project remove, it will show the details. Acha, it is, we haven't hard coded, means IDs we haven't given. Where appointments are. Here you need to put array of what type we are expecting. Appointment ID. It's a number. Title is what type? String. This is important. Description is string. And the date is what? New date. And user ID is what? So a string. These are important to mention actually. So when I click on remove, then it will get that. Are you sure you want to delete? You say no, then it will get back to this location. Now what should happen when user clicks on remove? It will ask this and you click on yes, it should be deleted. For deleting, what is the API method we created? REST API method. We have a delete task. It is expecting ID. That means we have to send the ID. That's it. Okay, let's go to the button. So we will write button click. So this is the button. This is the remove button, yes button. So we have to write a function handle remove click. So this should get the ID of that particular product, particular appointment. Already ID of that particular appointment, how you can access parameters, na? Through parameter you can access already. Parameter is collecting the appointment ID. You have to delete it. So what you do? Here handle remove click Axios dot delete method. Axios get for fetching, Axios post for submitting, Axios delete for removing. Okay, delete from which location? http://127.0.0.1 colon double 6060 slash what is it? Delete task slash it is expecting ID. The ID will come from where? Request params dot ID. It will get from that ID. And dot then we will put a function. This function we'll put a simple message. What is the message? Then we'll put a simple message. What is the message? We will put an alert saying that task deleted. Task deleted. After that, we will navigate to the dashboard. Then let navigate is equal to use navigate. So after deleting, we will navigate to /dashboard. That's it. Let's see how it is going to work. Handle remove click when user clicks on this button. So on click, handle remove click. Okay, let's see now. So here I am going and clicking on remove. So remove. Are you sure you want to remove? So yes. So task deleted. Okay. Then it will go to the dashboard that is not there. That means the task is removed from here. Obviously, it is not there in the database also. Right? That means here view tasks of that particular SAM NIT. Then only one is there. You can check in the database also, right? So this is deleting the tasks. So we have added the task and we are removing the task. One more action is left. What is it? Edit. Now, do you know edit is same like delete? Edit is same like delete. When user clicks edit, that particular record should open in edit mode. When user clicks remove, it is showing like this, but these details must be shown in text boxes. Those details must be shown in text boxes so that they can make the change. After making the change, they will keep a save button. On save button, this should use which method? On save button, it should use Axios. Axios what? Put method. Put method. Into that, it should send the data. It should send the data. But here, so many technical issues are there. If I don't tell you about those issues, you can't manage. I will give an idea, you try to implement. Right? I will give an idea, you try to implement. I will show you, but the point is here, what issues will come? That means in editing, what are the issues? How we manage? Let's see. For example, now we want to go to edit. On edit click, that particular appointment details must come in edit mode, display in edit form. So you need another component. What is it? To do edit task. To do edit task. Okay. So export function and to do edit task. So it should return. So it div. Sorry. And it is same like. Achha, it's a TS file added. .jsx. Okay. Now it should return a simple this one. Okay. Now here class. So we are adding the class name. So BG light and text dark. Padding 4. Okay. Now here we have to give a heading. So heading like edit task. Now here same form should come. So here we will put a form. In this form, data term, title, data definition, input type as text. Okay. Another data term. Appointment, we will not, ID, we will not edit. We will give edit of only title and other details. Appointment will be submitted. So next one. So if you want, you show that appointment here. Later we will do this. Appointment ID. First, I will show you whether the details are coming or not. So class form control. So here class form control and data term is
Recording in progress.
so data definition as input type is date. Here solution for them because it is done. Only one point is pending. So we will keep the so data list. This is all in the data list. Put a button and we put a link. The link. So BTN and BTN success. BTN and BTN danger. And margin E1. Okay. And here link to dashboard. It will navigate to the dashboard. Now we need an route for this edit task. Same here we are at. So route path is edit task. Element. So element is to do edit task. To do edit task should come. Fine. Now when user clicks on edit in the clicks on this edit, this is also what link to what slash edit. So what we will do now, we click on edit, it will get to the edit task. You click on cancel, then it will come to the same screen. Now in edit task, we have to collect the detail of that particular task and show that here. Collect the details of the task and show that here. How you will do that? Already we done in delete now. So in remove task, what we done? We collected the appointments. I will use these appointments, params, navigate, use effect, everything is same. Edit, I need it. And effect. Okay. So now edit task, what it is doing is navigate also. And this is use nav. One is Axios. So import Axios from Axios. Use state is also not there. So here you click on edit. Then we need to get that appointment details and show here. See how we are displaying. Suppose we are adding here value of that particular uh, ID. So we are getting appointments of 0 dot appointment ID. Then you can see appointment ID will come there 1. And title, in the title I will give a value as appointments of 0 dot what title. Then appointment title will come. Enable reinitialization requires some more changes here. That means the value I am accessing formic dot values dot appointment ID. I am adding the appointment ID here. That means it is showing the appointment ID. You see the appointment ID is here. Now I am trying to modify it's working. That means you should do two things. What is that? One is enable reinitialize to what? True. And the initialized values, already initialized values, initial values, those values you collect and show here. How to show that value? Formic dot values of values dot what it is it? Title. And similarly here value formic dot values dot description. We have to add like that. What is the value here? Date. Here again problem will come. You try that one more. Formic dot values dot date. We are accessing that and displaying. And you can see that those details will come here. But date is not coming. But date is not coming. Why date is not coming? If date that comes here is not in a proper date format, it cannot show. Suppose I am because here date comes in a string form. Suppose I am passing new date. Into that I am passing this date value, which is a string type. Then you see here. So when I refresh this here, get the details, date is not there. Now edit here. So you see date is not there. Now what is the problem here is the format of date you have to collect and show in the same way. That means date comes in which format? String. That string format date you need to apply to this date value and display in the date value. For that, you know HTML, how it handles the date. I am not using new date or anything here. You can see these are not updated here. So to understand that, first you should know how the date comes. If you know how the date comes, then we can manage. Actually, how the date comes? It comes in day, month, year, month, day, and it is going to show the time also. Right? In that case, what happens if you apply here? Suppose see, we are using a new date or something. Here it is collecting both date and time. You have to get only date. How do we know whether it is getting date and time or not? You do one thing. On use effect, already we have appointments now. So console.log, what is it? Appointments of 0.date. You see what date is coming there. Inspect, and in the inspect you see the date is coming in this format. Now what you have to do is you have to split here. This remove. Otherwise you put a date time picker. Currently we are keeping which one? Date picker. Date time picker you have to keep. In that you have to attach both the date and time. But see here, this is only date. This is the time. How to remove this and get only up to this? How do we do that? How to remove that and keep only up to that part? I am using toString. Okay. In toString, actually it is a string. We'll do one thing. I am trying to convert this slice that is returned in a date format. What you have to do, you have to extract only the date and fill up in this, then it will show the date. Understood? What you do here, it is a string, bring only the date and display only the date, then it will work. Not time. That means split the string and get up to T and display that here. Then it will display the date. It will add the date. Can you try that? Right? So that means use string function, split the date and use it, or go to Moment official site. There check how to extract only date using Moment function and use that. Then it will display the date inside the date picker. This is your job. You try to do. You try to do. I will show you without that. Means you do it. I am not showing it. You try to do that. But put operation should finish now. That means date you try. I am changing some date. Means I am adding some another date. And I am making some changes. Project production review. So, and here I will put is project ready for production. So now I click on save, then it is going to display that and show. But for that, I haven't used any on submit. We have to use on submit also now here. What we have to do? On submit is equal to formic dot what? Handle submit. On that, it will collect the details and update the details. Cancel. You click on edit. So you enter the details like project ready. And here I say ready for production something. And you select some date. So, and click on save. Then edited successfully. Okay, then it will run. Only one work you have to do. That work is display the date inside the edit calendar. That you do. That one task you try. You can do that by using Moment. By using Moment, you can format and you can attach the date so that it will show it. Rest of all functions are working. We have CRUD operations ready. CRUD operations means inserting, updating, and deleting. Everything we implemented here. That one option you try. That means what should happen when I click on edit? That date should display. You try that. If you done that, then entire project is completed. I will upload this entire project. You need to practice. Okay. Now, once we do this, now we can go into a little higher level project. But this time, now in this project, we are going to use TypeScript as language. Till now, we learned React with what? JavaScript. Now we will go into TypeScript. First, we will learn TypeScript language. Then we will build another project with the TypeScript. Then you will have two projects, one with JavaScript, another one with TypeScript. That we will see a different project. Another project we will see how to handle it. That we'll see in next session. In the next session, we will start with TypeScript. First few days, you have to learn TypeScript language. Then you have to use that language in React. So that we will start in the next session. Tomorrow we'll do that. Okay, right. This one option you try. I will upload the entire code. Okay, right.